Hey everyone, you know who this is and you know what kind of video this is. It's comment reading time. Going through the comments of some of the bigger, more recent reviews. Let's do it. Here they are. Ba-bam! Great comment. I agree with pretty much everything that you've said here. And yeah, I would also like to highlight the fact that, even though Trippie has his misses, I have to say, for like every rapper slash singer who is, in that kind of mellow trap field, only he sounds like him. So like, regardless of whether or not he has like the most amazing record out or not, the fact that he is a distinct voice, I think, is going to continue carrying him forward. Yes, true. That is one of the best things about this record, I suppose, and one of the downsides to other records that have posthumous features on them. They don't feel specific to the project, whereas that's just not the case for the X feature and especially the Juice feature on this one. It's not a thing yet. Just wait till you're old, buddy. Just wait till you are old. And then you'll see how nostalgic you are for that SoundCloud sound. That was my favorite part of the review, too. Man, there have been like some merciless comments and attacks that I've seen against the production on this record. And look, again, like I generally like the vibe and the sound of the beats on this thing. I just think there are too many beats, though, that just are very samey. They're just too similar in rhythm patterns and synth timbres. It kind of gives me deja vu. But again, the general vibe and direction I think is cool. Well, when you consider Pegasus and exclamation point and the Travis Barker record, this is the bar's been pretty low lately. Oh, I'm seeing it, buddy. I'm seeing it. And I greatly appreciate your kind words. Love you. Mwah. That's because I think art, like a lot of things, is sort of a balancing act. It's great to have familiarity, consistency, something the audience can latch onto as a central idea. But if you provide little in the way of any variation for dozens of minutes at a time, to the point where parts of songs or instrumentals are a little too one note or samey, that can be a detriment as well. Did you not hear the record? There's a song where they do that to somebody, and I don't know. I'm not gonna take it as fiction. I'm glad you like the review, and maybe even though it may not seem like this to some of you guys, but I do go into most reviews hoping to like the record, hoping to enjoy it, or hoping to find things that I do like about it. And if I don't, then I just say that I don't, and it's nothing more than that. Whoa, Middle 8 is here. That's nice. Hey, what's up? What's up? Yes, it did take me a bit, but I wanted to take the time to, just kind of go through all the songs, go through all the stories, go through all the themes. Sorry for the holdup, but it happened. Oh, I like this comment. Here's a nice one. Oh, thank you. I kind of agree. Maybe that's why they did the abridged version. Great review. Awesome. Nice. Kind. What? That's so messed up of you. I don't disagree. Obviously, the record isn't trying to solve everything. I don't think an album can solve all of these problems. But there are tracks where the Killers are where Flowers is overtly making a commentary. You know what I mean? He's making a commentary on some of the downsides or some of the negatives of this area or the things impacting it. So I guess I'm just sort of wondering, what would have stopped Flowers from commenting on this or making some kind of like observation on this rather than just, accept it as a constant? More comments about my interpretation of, the title track, the Getting By, so on and so forth. I think this one's really well written and well thought out. I greatly appreciate this one coming through. I like this one quite a bit. This comment actually pulled, different thoughts away from the Getting By, which I also appreciate. But again, I think a lot of that comes down to where Flowers and where the Killers decided to insert some sort of commentary or just simply decided to, hey, let's just depict. And it is certainly disheartening to hear that anyone might not be into this record because it's not like old Killers or anything, because I don't know, I think the band is sounding pretty far removed, has been sounding far removed from the sound of their debut for years now. If like you're not accepting of the fact that the Killers sound like this now, like what are you even doing? And this one I find very confusing. Like, I've literally given out 2 10s in the past 6 months and probably dozens of yellow flannel reviews and 8 out of 10s. Like, what videos are you clicking on? My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Well, yes, I was not really into the Keem-verse. I thought it was a total mess, one of the worst features on the entire record. I don't really get the appeal, honestly. No, 24 was a great track. I thought it was one of the better cuts that had a very direct gospel inspiration. I just didn't really comment on it in the review because the thoughts I had sort of written down for it didn't really, I guess, like, add too much, and I didn't want to just kind of go over the details of every single song. At a certain point with a record with this many tracks, I feel like you have to kind of pull back and just observe the bigger picture. Yes, why not? I think it's a really unique intro, a unique start to this record, and there's actually been some interesting coverage explaining like the concept of the intro too that you should maybe pay attention to. I think Donkey's already been plenty immortalized in the internet, but one thing's for sure, he's now like kind of a footnote in the Kanye cinematic universe. Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be something to, watch for going forward. But honestly, like as far as the greater world of drill goes, whether you're talking about stuff going on in New York or the UK, I don't know how many of those artists or their producers are like really paying attention to the new Kanye record. I don't know if that's like where they're really pulling their inspiration, if there is ever a version of the record that is so different that I have a different opinion on it than what I have, reviewed here, then there will be a redux. You can't stop listening to it because it's freaking beautiful, man. That's why you can't stop listening to it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this record is so much about Kanye portraying himself as godly, but more like his struggle and desperation to, be godly or, I guess live up to some sort of like moral expectation. And that's pretty much how I feel. I do find the new record more interesting than Dark Fantasy. And, Kanye said it himself. My beautiful dark twisted fantasy was pretty much critic bait. And I guess walk away from this video knowing that. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. I tried to just review and cover the record for what it was and what its context and what that seemed like to me, to the best of my abilities. I don't like the melody, it's annoying to me, it kinda makes my ears bleed. It's funny, considering the coverage and this record, I was kind of thinking of this the other day, like what is this album like for people who are just getting into Kanye? And is this kind of like a weird entry point to his music? And I don't know, I guess it'll take a few years to really kind of understand that question. Agree, Vori was sounding beautiful when he popped up on this record, and he made some of the moments on this LP for sure. I don't like this comment, but I'm only responding to it because it got so many upvotes, and I don't do reviews just to get a rise out of people. I'm not giving something a positive review just to make people happy. I'm not giving something a negative review just to piss people off. I mean, obviously, I want people to engage with the content, but the whole point of doing these reviews and everything isn't just to make people mad. I don't get joy out of making Kanye fans mad or happy. I mean, if anything, I hope people just kind of take my words at face value because I genuinely mean everything that I'm saying. And, I guess like wrestle with that, whether you agree and it sort of brings new insight to something that you were listening to, or you disagree and, you have a counterpoint, or it sort of makes you think more about why it is that you feel the way that you do, but in the opposite direction. No, I gave the lingua ignota a 10. I am going to heaven. I'm going to heaven, bitch. I reviewed things first before I was a meme. You know that, right? Like I became a meme later. Later came the meme stuff. I did not say he had a trial. I didn't say he was convicted. I didn't say any of that stuff. I said he has allegations. That's what I said. And due process, I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. I'm not in the middle of a court case. I, as somebody who is outside of the situation, I can have my own goddamn opinion of the whole thing. Plus, it's not like, it's just allegations. There's actually like lawsuits, actual court testimony as well. And saying they're just allegations and only allegations as if Marilyn Manson is being accused by some random person off the street removes some necessary context when it comes to actually understanding the situation. So yeah, I don't really mess with this comment. This is cringe. And there you have it. My thoughts on your comments, or at least some of them anyway. Keep commenting, and I'm sure you'll make it into a future comments video at some point. You're the best. Over here next to my head, another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, comments, YouTube, forever.